Hi, my name is Nicole. I'm doing this class for Professor Stein 606. Today I'm going to be introducing my lesson. The unit is on ecosystems. The type of class is a self-contained 12 to 1-to-1. 12 students, 1 teacher, 1 paraprofessional. This is going to be our second lesson in our daily sequence. The title of the lesson is Natural Selection. The 3 learning outcomes that the student should be able to receive from the lesson is understanding the concept of an adaptation, interpret line graphs, and distinguish between biotic and abiotic factors. Our standards for this lesson, we have 2 Common Core State standards, which are stated on here as well as in our lesson plan, and 1 Next Generation Science standard, which is to evaluate the evidence for the role of the group behavior on individual species' chances to survive and reproduce. The central focus is for students to understand and apply the concept of adaptations through natural selection. The language and communication, students need to understand the following 7 words: abiotic, biotic, natural selection, adaptation, organism, habitat, and ecosystem. Some students, based upon their disabilities, will receive these words as well as their definitions, so they're able to understand the meanings as they go through the lesson. The materials that we'll be using is a PowerPoint, supplemental videos, visual representation, and assorted manipulatives. Adaptations, students will receive a scaffolded lesson which will be modeled from the teacher to the students. Students will receive frequent breaks, and students will be checked for understanding with a formal and an informal assessment. For informal assessment, students will be given points based upon their behavior, which will be recorded in a chart that both administration, parents, and students will be able to see. For example, Johnny, on the day that we do this lesson, which is day 2, received 8 points. If I feel his responses to his answers were better after review, I can change that from an 8 to a 12. By pressing enter, the chart will change and you will be able to track progress without an issue. For our formal assessment, students will be given a 3-question sheet, 1 with a visual representation and 2 short answer questions to check for understanding at the conclusion of the lesson. For my adaptations for my lesson, students will be given cue cards to show task order. This particular student suffers from autism, so there will be 2 different accommodations that will be given. The first is while I'm teaching, I can show if they're doing the task correctly or incorrectly by using one of the cue cards and placing it on his desk. Also, they will receive a guided generic lesson breakdown cue cards, so as they complete the warm-up from the lesson, they can move it from things to do to things that are completed. That way the lesson will be scaffolded and the student will know that they have a break coming up, or the lesson will be concluded and they can attend lunch. The materials for this lesson are given here. Based upon the student's needs, you can change the type of materials. For this particular case, we're using shells since they're a real-world application and they're easy to grab and easy to manipulate. These 5 representations here are showing the different types of natural selection that would be taking place. The ones here on the right are showing ones that probably wouldn't survive, therefore they will be naturally selected to be removed, and the 3 on the left will be the better options. Thank you very much for watching my video.